These are two of my favorite mid-tier travel cards for 2023. But today, we're gonna settle it once and for all to figure out which one of them is the best mid-tier travel card of 2023. Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. My name is John of John's Finance Tips. I'm the guy you've probably seen all over TikTok or Instagram talking about things like getting free food at Chipotle to buying your first rental property and everything in between. Well, on today's video, we're talking about one of my personal favorites, credit cards. Specifically, two cards, the Chase Sapphire Preferred and the American Express Gold. As someone who's been in the credit card space for the better part of the past 10 years, now, both of these cards are phenomenal, foundational, building block cards. And a question I get all the time though is, which card should I get? Well, that's what I'm trying to settle in this video. So we're going to talk about all of the categories and compare them, namely the sign-up bonus, the earnings potential, the benefits, the annual fee, and of course, the final verdict on which one is the better card. Section 1. Sign-up bonus. Right now, as of filming this video, the Chase Sapphire Preferred has an elevated sign-up bonus of 80,000 points after spending $4,000 in 3 months. However, once this video is released, I'm pretty sure the sign-up bonus is gonna drop down to its typical, which is gonna be 60,000 points after spending $4,000 in 3 months. Whereas the American Express Gold has a sign-up bonus that can range anywhere from 60 up to 75,000 points after you spend $4,000 in 6 months. The range largely comes from how you're finding it, are you using incognito mode, but for the most part throughout the year, that's what you will see. Whereas on the Chase side, the 80,000 point bonus for the Sapphire Preferred sort of just sporadically comes and goes. Nobody knows when it will come, and then just as quickly, it's gone. So for that, from a planning perspective, and depending on when you're viewing this video, I'm gonna give the edge to the American Express Gold, knowing that more frequently, you can pull a higher elevated sign-up bonus. Section 2, earnings. The Chase Sapphire Preferred will earn 5 points for dollar spent if you book travel through the Chase Ultimate Reward Portal. You will earn 3 points per dollar spent for booking dining, including takeout. You will also earn 3 points per dollar spent for online grocery, but that excludes Target, Walmart, and wholesale clubs. You will also earn 3 points per dollar spent on select streaming services, and that includes all of the major ones like Netflix and Hulu and Disney+. And you will also earn 2 points per dollar spent on travel and 1 point per dollar spent everywhere else. Taking a look at the American Express Gold. From an earnings perspective, there's only 3 bonus categories. You will earn 4 points per dollar spent at grocery stores, up to $25,000 to spend a year. You will also earn 4 points per dollar spent dining out, no limit. You'll earn 3 points per dollar spent if you book airfare direct with an airline or through Amex Travel, and 1 point per dollar spent everywhere else. So, verdict. On its face, the Chase Sapphire Preferred has a lot more bonus earned categories, namely select streaming, in addition to the 5x if you're booking travel through the Chase Ultimate Reward Portal. Whereas the American Express though has higher earnings across 2 segments, and that's gonna be grocery as well as dining out. And the one thing to note about grocery though is that it's not only limited to online grocery, it is all grocery, which I would argue is much more convenient and practical for most people. But what the American Express Gold is missing though is a travel earn category, and since both of these cards are travel cards, that's kind of a big miss. Now, taking everything into consideration though, I think it's hard to call a winner. Because on one hand, you have Chase with more bonus categories that more people can take advantage of, in addition to having the travel category, whereas the Gold, if we look at a direct comparison, has higher bonus categories. So I'm calling this one a tie. It'll largely depend on how exactly you're spending in what categories, and I can't definitively call out one better than the other. Section 3, benefits. And this is where things start getting interesting. So the Chase Sapphire Preferred earns Chase Ultimate Reward points, and it comes with transfer partners. One of the transfer partners that Chase has is Hyatt. Hyatt is one of the most valuable hotel programs, at least in my book. You can get some incredible outsized value. One of the examples is booking for an all-inclusive resort somewhere down in Mexico, the Secrets Moche. This hotel can run upwards of $700 a night, but if you use points, it would be only 35,000 Hyatt points, and you can transfer Hyatt points from Chase. The Chase Sapphire Preferred also has a $50 hotel credit every year, so if you book hotel using your card, you'll get a $50 statement credit applied. And just by having the Chase Sapphire Preferred, you actually get a 25% bonus if you take your points and you redeem them through the Chase Ultimate Reward Portal. So I have about 1.6 million or so Chase Ultimate Reward points. If I took them and redeemed them through the Sapphire Preferred portal, they'd be well worth over $20,000. With the Chase Sapphire Preferred, you're also going to earn an elevated bonus for Lyft, coming in at 5 points per hour spent on Lyft until the end of March 2025. You'll also get Dash Pass complimentary until the end of 2024. and you'll get a $10 GoPuff statement credit every single month until the end of 2023. The Chase Sapphire Preferred also has a number of travel perks, one of them being primary auto rental insurance. That basically means if you rent a car, you can decline the insurance that they offer you because your card's gonna cover it. The card also includes baggage delay insurance. So if your bags are delayed for more than 6 hours, you can actually file a claim with Chase, and on that claim, you can submit for a reimbursement of up to $100 a day for 5 days. And the last travel perk to call out is trip delay coverage. If your trip is delayed for 12 hours or more, you can claim up to $500 per ticket. As for shopping, the Chase Sapphire Preferred offers purchase protection, which covers items that are damaged or stolen within 120 days of purchase for up to $500 per item claim. And if you purchase items with your Chase Sapphire Preferred, you can get extended warranty for up to 1 year. Now on to the benefits of the American Express Gold. This card also has transfer partners, and one of the transfer partners only American Express has is All Nippon Airways. So with ANA, one of the better values is for redeeming flights between North America and Japan. During the regular travel season, this would cost in the neighborhood of 85,000 ANA points for a round trip ticket, and it would cost a couple $100 in taxes and fees. That's a great redemption option, though personally I think the most annoying thing about ANA is the fact that you have to book round trip. You can't just go one way, and in the points and miles game, when it comes to award travel, round trip can be tough, especially if you want to do round trip in a premium cabin. The last time I was able to use ANA points was actually booking a trip for my now fiance, then girlfriend. We were going to Mexico, and I had booked her a flight going from Sydney to Mexico. It was on Korean Air, and the round trip on that was about 105 or 110,000. I don't quite recall. But if it was a cash redemption, that thing would have been easily well over $6,000 or $7,000. And to clarify, this was a booking on a partner airline using ANA points. It was not on ANA directly. Now onto some of the credits. The American Express Gold gives you a $120 dining credit, which would be used in monthly installments, so $10 a month. And I recommend taking a look on Grubhub. But here are some of the other places you can use them at as well. It also comes with a $120 Uber credit that can be used for Uber or Uber Eats. Also comes in $10 increments a month. So we're gonna get $240 of what I would call eating credits. From a travel perspective, this card also has rental car insurance. However, it's secondary insurance, meaning you actually have to have another insurance coverage. And once that is maxed out, then the card issuer comes in and kicks it in. The card also offers trip delay insurance starting at 12 hours. You can make $300 per claim, but there can only be 2 claims per card in a 12-month rolling period. From a shopping perspective, this card has phenomenal purchase protection. If you buy an item with your American Express Gold, and within 90 days, the item is stolen, damaged, or lost, you can file a claim with Amex, and it covers up to $10,000 per item, up to $50,000 a year. However, I'd say if you are maxing out that benefit and losing $50,000 of items a year, we've got some things to talk about. So verdict, who takes the win here? On the surface, it might seem like the Amex Gold with $240 worth of eating credits, but I'm actually gonna give it to the Chase Sapphire Preferred. I think overall, the benefits on the Sapphire Preferred are easier to use for the everyday person, and for me, that's what it's all about. What is easier to consume for everybody? Now, certainly someone can come and take advantage of those 240 dining credits, which I absolutely encourage everyone to, but if you're looking for a mid-tier travel card, you're maybe new into the space, and you don't wanna juggle a whole ton, the Sapphire Preferred with the 25% bonus redemption through the Ultimate Reward Portal, love that. Transferring to Hyatt, very simple to find. And then you move onward to 5X on the lift. You also get Dash Pass, and how could I forget the $50 hotel credit? Very easily to extract the value from there. So Chase Sapphire Preferred takes the win on benefits. Now let's move on to annual fee. The Chase Sapphire Preferred comes with a $95 annual fee. The American Express Gold comes with a $250 annual fee. Whew, that's a hefty one. So you're probably thinking, all right, obviously this Chase Sapphire Preferred takes the win here. But the Chase Sapphire Preferred has a $50 hotel credit, which means $95 minus a $50 hotel credit every year, you pay effectively $45. The American Express Gold, if you're taking advantage of the dining credits, which I highly, highly, highly encourage you all to max out, that's $240 worth of credits. So you take 250 bucks, you subtract out $240 worth of total credits, you're effectively only paying $10 a year. And given that, the American Express Gold absolutely wins in the annual fee category. Now let's go ahead and tally everything up. Sign-up bonus goes to the American Express Gold. Earnings, tie. Benefits goes to the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Annual fee goes to the American Express Gold. And given that, by just a mere hair length, I would say the American Express Gold is the winner. However, that doesn't mean that the Chase Sapphire Preferred is a bad card. In fact, it's anything but that. It's still a great card. But in the way that I evaluated these cards, I would say for most people, take a look at hanging on to the American Express goal. And the key phrase there is hanging on to it. You see, as a daily driver, I think the gold is gonna serve people well, but I would actually recommend, why don't you get both cards? Yes, you will have to hit the sign-up bonus for both, but leverage friends, maybe Venmo, maybe you could go the gift card route, potentially paying taxes. But in the points and miles game, how we actually get to the front of the cabin is not necessarily on spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, it's getting sign-up bonuses. And so pull down the sign-up bonus for both cards. And then after year one, figure out, okay, which one do I want to keep? Because remember, American Express Gold, effectively $10 a year. Chase Sapphire Preferred, effectively $45 a year. So it's not really that costly to hang on to both cards. You see which one you use, you see which one you get more utility out of it, and then move on. And the point I'm making in this video is I think more people are gonna get more utility out of the American Express Gold. And without getting too into the weeds, one way you could potentially still leverage your Chase points and even get more value is, okay, you get the Sapphire Preferred, you get the Amex Gold after a year. Maybe you wanna hang on to the gold, but what if maybe instead you upgraded your Sapphire Preferred to a Sapphire Reserve? Your ultimate reward points might be worth 50% more through that travel portal. You still have the gold on the 4X on the grocery and dining. You got the Sapphire Reserve on the 3X on the travel. You also got a premium travel card. Like, those are the type of things I think about. Like, it doesn't have to be only this way or only that way. Instead, it should be thinking about, okay, holistically, how do I want to approach this to optimize all of my points? Folks, this has been an incredible video. I would love to hear from you all. Do you have either card? Do you have both cards? Are you thinking about making a decision on one or the other? And do you agree or disagree with the conclusion I came to on this video? If you do, drop in the comments down below. If you have questions, drop them down below, and I will catch you all on the next video. All right, peace.